Oh God, no. Wait. You told me you would get me through the temple.
What is an acceptable body count?
The body count. What is an acceptable body count? Well, first of all, what is a body count? For those who are not in the know, go ahead and listen to Justin Timberlake's album. The body count is the number of men or women you have. My mind's telling me no, but my body is telling me 600. My body count, like my fabulous, is over 9,000.
Right, so body count. What's an acceptable amount? It's different for girls and boys. Guys, on average, will have a higher body count. If a girl has a high body count, I would just say it's most probably not gonna go down well. Well, it is gonna go down well, but it's not gonna go down well. What do you say the statistic was on average? 7?
Yeah.
So on average, girls in the UK have a body count of 7. And I reckon guys maybe in the realms of 20 on average. And I think 7's an okay number.
Is that 7 in a lifetime?
Yes.
That doesn't seem real.
But these are girls that died at 25.
The body count is deemed more acceptable being higher for a male than it is for a female, but I don't agree with it being that way.
Hater.
See, the real reason, at least in my opinion, call me on this if you think I'm wrong, the real reason it is the way it is because we have come from a point where women were held on a much lower level, a much lower platform than men. This creates all manner of problems. The reason it freaks people out if a woman has had sex with too many people, or admits that she likes sex, or is more in touch with her sexuality, is because we still have this idea that it's just not acceptable for her, when really we're all the same. Men and women enjoy sex just as much as each other. It's just that women are conditioned and bullied into believing it's unacceptable. The body count should be equal, and the variance should only be with individuals.
It wasn't my fault. University was like a zombie apocalypse. And it was either them or me, so I just go back, double tap, you know, for the fine ones. Get me? That's how it was. I mean, if a zombie runs up on you, you gotta handle that business. And I disagree. I don't want no virgin church girl being my woman. Getting there, she ain't got no body counts, no aim, nothing. If a zombie apocalypse broke out now, she'd be dead. I don't have time for that. I need a pro that can aim like me. I don't agree about the whole men and women should have different body counts. At the end of the day, do what you gotta do. It's one life. And they're trying to say that 7 is the average for the women in the UK. They must have asked churchgoers, because any average 7, there's 7 days in a week. And I know some of you only take Sunday off, so do the mathematics.
All I'm saying is, the body count takes its effect on your body. So the higher the toe, the more evident it's going to be you got a high body count. Now, the effect it has on guys is different to the effect it has on girls, because obviously with guys, it's less visible. The only thing you're going to notice is, oh, he's really confident in certain, you know, activities, etc. But if you're a girl, your body's going to be looking like it took a couple, you know, a couple shots. Had a couple fights with Tyson or something. The body count is visible. It's a living, breathing entity. So I'm saying, you don't want that. I don't know that. Who's like someone you can think of who you can imagine having a bad body count? I would reckon, even though Nicki Minaj has got like a partner and all that, she seemed like the kind of girl that would have a serious body count. Like she would call in a nuke on Call of Duty. You know what I mean? She prestiged all that talk. 50 kills, all headshots.
Now don't get me wrong. Nobody really wants to be with somebody whose body count is 9,000. Didn't think that one through, did I?
Nope. No one wants to be back.
However, nobody really wants to be with someone who has no idea what they're doing. And you don't get to know what you're doing if you don't start racking up those bodies.
What you're trying to say is you don't win friends with salad, right? Basically. Are you trying to say that if a woman has a high body count, she can be doing the splits down the street? That's not entirely true. I mean, Madonna, her body count must be crazy.
That body count is...
Then again, she was doing the splits in her last video, so I don't know. You got a point, like Rivka, her body count must have been serious. What more do I have to say? Just be safe out there, people.
Nigeria has talent.
So Nigeria's got talent. There was this young boy who came to dance. What was his name?
Emmanuel.
Adefemi came to dance. He was a 22-year-old Gary Coleman type person. He was a little guy. And he came to dance. But someone had... Apparently he asked God before he came. He asked God, like, are you gonna... You got me in this. He goes, God was like, I got you. Hey, look. Adefemi, I'm there with you. So he got rejected. He done this little dance, poor little guy. He got rejected. Crashed to the floor. Bogey strips down his cheek, down his face. Oh God, no! You told me you would get me through, oh. God was like, I didn't say anything, boy. I don't even know you guys. And bailed out on him. It was sad times.
It strikes me as this was one of those evident cases of somebody being allowed to audition live just because it's going to be funny to watch. I saw this guy crying, and ordinarily somebody crying would upset me. I would likely cry, but I couldn't help but laugh and feel like this guy wasn't serious, because if you saw the dance that he went up there and danced, he weren't trying to win that competition. If he went up there and he danced his ass off and then got rejected, fair enough. But he just...
And that was it. Oh God, oh. Every time you watch these programs, they got that story that they really try and make you connect with the person who's auditioning. They show you a little bit about them, about their home life and what they're into. Ironically, with this guy, they showed him in church praying to God. God, you got me, oh, I know you got me. And then the moves, yeah. But real talk, you have got to watch this. We're going to put the link in the description. You've got to watch this clip to see the minuscule dance this brother brought to the table. Like, this dance was so bog standard. But like, it's a good dance if you're African. Like, this is your casual, them vibes, yeah. But it was epic, man. I was just waiting for the thing to kick off, and then he was done. I was like, oh. And then the judges done his dance. They done his dance. They just buoyed off the thing. It was emotional. It was so emotional. He went backstage. Yeah, boy. Tears. And he was 22 years old. He had a condition that made him small. So he looked like an average 6-year-old or something. But then when he went backstage and started crying, he looked 6 in it. Bare bogey. Hey! I was like, fam, are you 6 or are you 22? Are you 6? Oh God, oh. You said you had me, oh.
Why did the bogey start so high?
And that started from his forehead, that's the...
That's where the bogey started from.
Oh no. So one of the judges said to him, you know, it's good you came here, you had fun, that's why you came here. He's like, no. So that's not why I came here. I came here to showcase my talents and move to the next level. And it's like, no, your show stops here. What do you mean next level? He says, if I go to the next level, I'll do more than this. I tell you, more than this right here. His bogey started from his forehead. Just... The thing is, like, usually, like, you see, like, X Factor or something in England, someone will come, they can't sing, and it's because their family members have been like, you can do it, you can do it. This guy came with God. God. God, you know, he's like, I come here with my father God right now, my savior. He told me himself. So he said God told him, this is you.
I got you.
Yo, fam, I got you. Adefemi, I got you. Came in smiling. It was so happy. It was so happy. I'm dancing with God, and God was a no-show, boy. God was doing something else. God was like a weekend dad, boy. He weren't picking you up. Oh God, what have you put? I didn't get to finish it.
this was a classic case of them flogging this story. Everybody comes in with a story. Everyone has something wrong. This little person, he comes in, he's talking about how there's so many things that he can't do. Like, all his friends are big people and they can drive cars. He can't drive a car, but he can dance. His legs aren't broken. He may be short, but he can dance. Sitting there telling his story, legs swinging. I'll be there swinging. Oh God, oh.
Can I interrupt? Oh, can I interrupt? Oh God, oh, you told me I could interrupt. Oh.
I don't know what filled him with all that confidence, because I thought he was gonna drop some MJ skanks. Like, I knew he was gonna do an African style, but I just thought it was just gonna be awesome because he had come with the Lord, Savior. And I don't know, man. I feel like he was walking through the valley at that moment in time. I can hear Koolay again.
It was a lot. This guy's out here talking about Jesus walks with him, but Jesus didn't have the answers. He just left him there. He had to call for him. Oh God, oh. They even subtitled the O. They put that in there.
Yeah. They didn't put OH. It's not even OH.
No, they didn't. Yeah, they didn't put OH. Just O. Oh God, oh. Left him out there. It just.
Oh, Femi, no, I'm not.
God was up there like.
God was kind of the same shapes.
That's not my child.
The feed.
What is the feed? Ironically, it's not what it sounds like. I stumbled across this video. This thing is called the feed, aka vaginal knitting. I'm gonna let that sink in for a minute, because you probably thought that you didn't hear what you just thought you heard I said. What?
Yeah, they did hear what they thought you heard.
This woman has taken haberdashery to a new level. She's literally and physically and metaphysically haberdashering. She's a haberdasher. She feels like there's too much stigma around female sexuality. There's too much talk around it. People are scared of the vagina. People are scared of just female sexuality. So she wants to break people away from that. She wants to become more in touch with her own sexuality, but free us of our transgressions. So she took the most mundane and altogether boring thing that she could think of and merged the two in one, I won't say glorious, in one piece of performance art whereby she is knitting from her vagina. She's out here making minge mittens.
She puts wool into her vagina, let it drop out, and she knits from her vagina. First of all, how wet is that scarf gonna be? Like, who's wearing this? Her grandchildren? How old is she? Oh, thanks, Granny. Ooh. And she does it during her menstrual cycle. Why would you do that? If you wear blood scarves, it's only going to attract vampires. I don't understand what Tabitha's going on with. How old is Tabitha for her? Because surely Tabitha must have a high body count, first of all. Like, how much wool can she fit in there? Like, I need to know. Because like, and she does it for long, like, when does she do this? Does she sit in a museum?
In the gallery.
She sits in the gallery just knitting. Wow. So you're gonna walk through a gallery, see some art. Oh, that's nice. And then you see some random white woman called Tabitha. Legs open, right?
Yeah.
Knitting. And she hangs it up in front like a little, what is she knitting?
A long scarf from the looks of it.
For who? Who's wearing these scarves? That's what, it's not even, look, Tabitha, she had a perversion and she wanted to share it with the world. The worrying thing is, who is wearing these scarves?
But what's Tabitha's thread count though? Just imagine this scenario. You have this great idea. You want to share a piece of your body through art with the world. You decide to shove this yarn inside yourself and deliver it into scarf formation. You present this idea to someone. Who commissions it? Who commissions this ish? Who sits there and is like, you want to place it in your side yourself all times of the month and you're still, you know, you're still fully there, the full cycle, yeah? Right? We're gonna make mittens and scarves, right? How many? Okay, yeah, I do it. When can you start? Can you start tomorrow? I want to see this. I want to share this with the world. This is art. This is not art. This is disgusting. I really want to see a man sit down. I don't want to see it. I just mean the world should see this, because I want to share erections with the world. A man should be able to sit in a museum, fully solid, so solid, 21 seconds, wrap wool all around it, and sew jumpers and woolly hats.
Woolly hats.
Woolly hats. And bras for women, but you know, knitted bras. I'll call that art. Will someone commission this?
So when she was pitching it to the head of the gallery, he was like, obviously you've come here to have some fun. And she was like, no. That's not the reason. I came here to showcase my talents and get to the next level. He's like, what are you gonna do in the next level? I would do more than this. This is nothing. Do you see this? This is nothing. When I get to the next level.
Also, I know she just wants to make the female body a safe place. A place that anyone feels free to explore and not scared of. Certain guys who are scared of it, and possibly girls as well. But in what universe does sewing from a vagina not seem scary? That's like the scariest thing I can imagine. A big woolly piece of string just coming out of a vagina and going into a scarf that may end up around my face. What is not scary about that? That's horrific. Or mittens? Come on. Come on. What if I'm just freezing? I'm like, oh my god, a scarf. And you wrap it in. Oh.
And this week's sacrifice.
By this point, you all know what happened in the Philippines. But what you might not know is that in the whole relief appeal, people have been sending things that you shouldn't send to anybody, let alone people who have just incurred a natural disaster. They're sending teddy bears, old shoes, and breast milk.
I don't see this as a problem. I think there was a woman sitting there watching, you know, the tragedy and thinking she welled up inside, got a bit upset, got a bit full of herself, and realised, you know what? I'm gonna help. I'm gonna help with this appeal. And this is the thing that I don't get. If you're gonna send breast milk to a country, obviously you're not gonna send a cup of breast milk. What would be the point? So are women like sending barrels of breast milk over, just like filling it up? How much breast milk are they sending? And for them to say, please don't send any more breast milk, a lot of women were sending breast milk. Actually there is something wrong with it. That's just crazy. Because I'm sure if I was starving, and it's like, okay, we got you this box full of food, you know, some drink. I was like, oh, milk. Yeah, it's breast milk. Even then I'd be like, ugh. This comes from some council estate in England. Ugh. I want to drink this breast milk. I don't know what's going in it. Like, ugh. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you send breast milk? Don't send breast milk to people who need real milk.
How do you even go about sending breast milk? And what quantity qualifies as send worthy? When do you stop? Do you go for a pint? Like, do you go by milk measurements? What do you send? You don't send a barrel. I mean, if you filled up a whole barrel, then the bottom of the barrel will be off. So what, is there a female organization that's saying, right ladies, today we need to produce a gallon. Let's go. Don't send milk, and it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. That's all I can say. Signing out. Temple Talks.
You're so proud of it.
I just did that. Oh god, oh. Wait, is it nuts? Oh god. Oh.